Mr. Subhasis Nath was an active addict for around 18 years. And then he has been on the road to recovery for more than now 24 years. Okay. And that's something to, I think, cheer about. So in these 24 years, and in that earlier 18 years, he has seen probably some of the darkest, you can say, shades of life which a person can go into. And then from there, he has tried to mend himself, tried to lead a more meaningful life, and he has tried to do that by stepping out boldly, trying to come across to us, trying to come across to the young generation and tell them the perils and pitfalls which are associated with drug addiction as such. He is the founder and director of the BhaloBasha Drug De-Addiction and Rehabilitation Center, which was established in 2002 in the city of Kolkata. And his autobiography, that book that you can see over there, named The Thoughts and Life of a Drug Addict, has been released in the 44th International Kolkata Book Fair. And this book has proven to be very helpful for all those youngsters or even the older generation of people who are suffering from drug addiction, and how they and their family members can possibly cope up when a situation like this basically is hitting them. We are thankful to him for coming all the way to us, giving his time, being with us for 3-4 days, helping us in whatever way possible. His spouse, equally gifted, Mrs. Kundu, and she is a trained psychologist, and she will be also holding some sessions with us. Together they run this institution, the De-Addiction Center, and they have close to 50 plus, I think, addicts who are actually living there in that center, and they provide all the possible help to them, starting from their food, their accommodation, their basic needs, their therapists, their psychologists, the doctors, the ambulances, everything that can be possibly given to a drug addict to help him overcome that, they are doing it. So without wasting much time, I would like to introduce all of you to bring him up here to share his life experiences.
Hi everybody, I'm Subhasis from Kolkata. I'm glad to see you all here, and I want to tell you the story of my life. The story of my life is a bit different from others. I should say that I was born in a very middle-class family, and what happens to the middle-class family is nothing is precious than prestige for them, for my parents. Prestige is most precious for them. They were struggling hard to put me in a good school, brought me up in all the possible atmospheres, positive atmospheres they could give to me. They offered me everything. I got a good schooling, and I was good in football. I was also got good teachers in my life. They were really great, but I was not okay for them. I was good in studies, but my mind was not staying in a same straight line. It was always going through all the areas, trying to get everything in life as soon as possible, immediately I was very curious in everything. Whatever I was asked not to do it, I was the first person to do. Why they have asked me not to do? The teachers, something is very fishy, I must go through it. I must find it out what's there. So people were very scared of me. I was very restless physically and mentally. I could lose patience very frequently. I was very impatient in my studies, in my games, everything, whatever was coming on the way of my life. I was very destructive. Actually, my mood was frequently fluctuating, and days were passing by. I was growing up in a joint family. My cousins were there. We were 8 brothers and 4 sisters in a big house. My cousins, my uncles, aunties, all of them were very fond of me, but were very scared of. I was very unpredictable in nature. When I was very little, it may be class 3 or 4. I was walking with my cousins on the road. It was a festive occasion, and suddenly I found a man. He was smoking, and he threw away the fag on the street, and I suddenly picked it up and started smoking. My cousins said, "What are you doing?" No, it's okay. I couldn't like that smoking because I started coughing. It was not very pleasant for me, but I could reach my curiosity. I started thinking that yes, I am growing up. This is the process to grow up. Do different things. What my silly friends, they are very scared. I am hero. So that the thought process was going. I was going through such thought process, and as I was growing up, the problems of my character defects, my shortcomings, my wrongdoings, it was also growing and becoming bigger and bigger. Problems are, parents are getting complaints from the school. Daily their guardian calls and suspensions were happening. One day I tasted alcohol. First day I don't even remember that whether I liked it or not, but I started thinking that the process of being a hero, a hero must have a fag in his hand, and whatever I can do in a hidden area, that is to be done. Everything permissible, I can't find any interest in those things, but something hide and seek, the game I liked the most. That way I was growing up. At the end of my school, it was 1982-83, and that time brown sugar. In the meantime, I tasted sometimes ganja and all marijuana. So with my friends, and I always used to choose the elder brothers' friends, not of my ages, always elder dadas and heroes of our locality. I used to go and mix in the slums because I was basically an attention seeker. In a negative manner, I always tried to seek attentions from others. See this guy, and my dress-ups were in a different type, that not usual. Something unusual should be there in my dress-up, my hairstyle, my way of talking, my way of walking. I was losing the manners with others, and this way I was losing some relationships, the most precious relationships in my life, that my teachers, those who were loving me, they started ignoring me. I didn't find it, I should be bothered of that. I have something different. In the meantime, 82, 83, I was about to pass by my school. I was in the final year, class 10, and that time brown sugar, a drug called brown sugar, came to Calcutta, and initially I had an attitude of helping others, helping my friends and neighbors, and my process of helping others was quite different. Suppose somebody needs help, and I was emotionally very imbalanced. I could easily carried away emotionally with my loved ones, my neighbors, my brothers, and I started fighting, taking their side, and that was my means of process of helping my friends and neighbors. So if somebody gets ill and get into hospital, I was there always, and that was, today I can find that was also the process of show off. See how good I am, how helpful I am, and so in this way, when brown sugar came, I started protesting against it. No, this should not be done. The young generation is getting spoiled, and I started going and to the local police station and talking to the policeman that this should be stopped, and I started fighting with the peddlers and breaking their rooms and all. This was also a process of heroism. I couldn't find that somehow they got, there was a different story behind it, and they made me hooked up into it. They played a game, they spent plenty of money behind it, and the racket made me involved in this drug using. I started drugs. When I asked my friends to stop it, they said that, one said, I am unable to stop it. I am a hero. Why should you? See, I am using for a week or more, and I'll stop it. This is my power. You are a young man. You should start anything, can stop anything. This is drugs, which is cunning, baffling, and powerful. It's not so easy to predict how it will come and swallow you and spoil your life. And it happened to me also. I started smoking, week went away, and months went away, years went away, and I lost 18 years of the most precious time of my life. 18 years. I lost my studies, but I was not that type of student to give up studies. I was kicked out of my school because I was very destructive also. I had the habit of fighting and doing always which was I was asked not to do. Then what happened? I went to college one day. There, I used to spend my time there to bring the guys within my area and doing fighting and many other, like I was becoming a hooligan, nothing else, just rowdy hooligan. Most of the time, some of my friends, they were very scared of me. They used to go to the police station and complain against me most of the time. One day, what happened, the first time I was in school or just entered the college, I found in the police came to my place and they arrested me, took me to police station, kept me into lockup, and that started in my life. Actually, my brain was not working due to addiction was growing, was progressing in such a manner that I was losing my capacity to think the consequences, what's going to be happen to my life. I am from such a respectable middle class family. My parents' prestige. I started forgetting everything. I just started had to think of more money, more drugs, more gratification, more show off, and this way I was just ruining my life. Day by day I started realizing that I am getting helpless to come out of these drugs. And these things I never wanted to be. I wanted to use drugs whenever I like, occasionally, to relax, to enjoy the moments, but it happened in a different way. Days came, within a year, I found that morning to dusk, I have got nothing to do, only to collect money, go to score drugs, bring it back to home and keep on using. My friends were also going far away from me because I didn't have any time even to give to my friends even. I lost the company of my parents, my cousins. They were, these sorts of relationships, these positive relationships were far away from me. But the friends with whom I used to play, used to even fight, used to take drugs, used to go to drink and used to go to party, these type of friends were also out of my life because I was getting alone in my own room. Days after days, years after years, it has started happening that nobody was there to talk to me even. I didn't have anybody to talk to because I didn't have any subject remained to talk to. Because I have come out of the football ground, I didn't have any time to go to play, any energy to go to play. I have given up my studies before completing it. I was good in music, I was learning songs, and but everything I wasted. But I stopped going to the music classes and all. I started thinking, it's enough, I have to come out of it. Here started my struggle. First of all, in those days, there were no rehabs, nothing else. My parents, they started realizing that something is different is happening with my son. And I was very charming, very, but day by day, I was just getting to the corner of everything. I stopped smiling, talking to anybody. I was getting thin, I was getting, so they took me to the doctor. And my attitude was very rough. I am very rude. Because irritation was going on within me. I started forgetting how to talk to others. Because I didn't feel like talking to others. I just wanted to use and sleep and keep on sleeping, keep on using and collect the money for that. So this way, all the dreams were shattered. My parents, they had got nothing else to do except keep on crying, they started asking, but they were feeling, how should we talk to others about such a prestigious issue regarding my son? He's taking drugs. How can I tell others? But they were in a very vulnerable position. First of all, they took me to a psychiatrist. And then doctor referred to a psychiatrist, and psychiatrist after some time he put me in a mental asylum, and I found there nobody was there addicted, but I was the only drug addict, and the rest of the patients over there were all mental patients. It was rather impossible for me to relate with them, to talk to them. They are doing this and that, and I was sitting on my own bed looking at them. What's this? Why am I here? And the doctors are coming, the nurses are coming, putting injections, giving me tablets, and I was unable to move even. I was in a very wretched condition. Often I used to shout, but they used to tie me up with the bed. For a few days, after staying for a few days, my parents came and took me back to home. And it happened to me that I was literally more sick than before, because all the medicines and sedatives they applied on me were very intolerable, more than drugs. So these things started happening, and repeatedly it happened. Going to psychiatrist and getting into the mental asylum, staying there for a few days, coming out of it, and pushing injections and sedatives and sleeping pills. But nobody could understand, even my parents or me, we couldn't understand that these are also drugs. What's the use of taking drugs instead of drugs? To quit drugs, they are giving drugs, more drugs. And from that, I started taking pharmaceutical drugs. And it came to my mind that these are given by doctors, and something from doctors must be good for me. So I started taking pills and all quite often, and the intensity was, it also started growing. I started taking injections. Only to give up drugs, I started. And I thought that doctor was giving injection. This injection must help me to give up drugs. I was not in the mood to increase the consumption of drugs. I was using injection only to give up drugs, because that was prescribed by doctors. And it was more miserable for me, because all the time I started taking injections, and my whole body started getting rotten, and just innumerous injections. Today I can think of that. And my parents, they were in search of the process to come out of this problem. Often they were taking me to astrologers, sometimes to the temples, and often they used to take me to different places, geographical changes to keep me for a few days to a different place where I won't find out drugs, and I won't be able to take it. When I will come back to after detoxification from that place, I'll be okay, and my So innumerous times I went here and there with my parents only to give up drugs, but whenever I could after committing for several times, but nothing worked out. Whenever I came back to Calcutta, again I started. So day by day I was getting helpless. A time came when I found myself on the bed and like a paralyzed patient. Flies was coming to my, sitting on my leg, and I was telling my, I can remember, I was telling my sister, see, please remove the fly. I was unable to shake my leg to remove the fly on sitting on my leg. So these happened to my left hand, and I was always crying, what happened to my life? And nobody, no doctor was there to make me cure. One after another doctors are coming, they are getting failed. Nobody could identify what happened to this guy. He's just sleeping in my bed like this, and tears were coming through my eyes. I was so helpless. Food was giving to my mouth, and everything was on my bed. Ridiculous. I was, anybody coming to see me, I was telling me, please bring some poison for me. I don't want to live this life. For few months I had to stay in that bed, and throughout that time I kept on committing that this time I must stay away from drugs whenever I will be okay. But when a day came after a few months when I started walking, and it's so powerful that with a crutch I went back to bring drugs. So for so many months I committed, no, enough is enough, I have understood everything about drugs, but this time nobody can give me drug. All the commitments are getting failed. Again I had to go and bring drugs. The cycle started. This was happening and I didn't know what to do with. Literally I was crying in my own room, God, you won't be able to let me quit drugs. Please do one thing. Take me. One day, from my childhood, I had a girlfriend, and I found her getting married in my own. She was just staying in the next door, and I found her marriage is going on, and I was so helpless, nothing to do, and how can she continue the relationship? Because a boy like me, having no future, nothing, and so she couldn't think of getting married to me. So it happened. I found love, getting married. I started using more and more. I could do nothing but using more. In good times, bad times, I do have the only way to express my feelings, that is to use drugs, more drugs, more drugs. Second time somebody came to my life, and she seemed to take a challenge that no, he's a very good guy and I'll be there with beside him. I must take this challenge to take him out of drugs. I said, what are you doing? You are just ruining your own life. My aunties, my parents, they said, no, this time maybe God has sent her to rectify you. I got married within 6 months or some, and I found again I started drug. So one after one the doors were closing in front of me. There was no other way. One day she got pregnant. I said, no, this should not happen to me. The baby will be spoiled. No, just, yeah. But somebody again came back to me and let me understand, now this baby must help you to stay clean. Okay, to stay clean, I am ready to do whatever I feel. I can go to any length. Again, the baby was born. I was the father. For few days, I was clean. After a long time, for few days I was not going out of my place, not going out of my room. I was staying tied back to my room. But it was for 21 days only. Again, I had to go back to drugs, go back to using. I found it's not so easy, So these babies started growing up, everything. He was missing everything, every support from his father, and my parents were giving everything to him. But this marriage was broken one day. I was simply alone in my own room. I got another justification of using more because I was so powerless over addiction that addiction is much more powerful than me. I'm just a helpless guy in front of it. So one day, and I did everything that was asked to give up drugs, but it was simply impossible. Getting into drugs is very easy, but coming out of it is almost impossible. But it's possible. Very hard, I must say, not impossible. Because I am standing here for last 24 and a half years, not a drop of beer I have taken, not a puff of smoke I have taken, but it's possible, I must say. I am the example, and there are many more examples over there who are staying clean for years after years. So what is the process? Here lies the question. What is the process? All the processes were failing for me. Nothing was working. I was repeatedly trying and repeatedly failing. What is the process? Exactly what happened. I was trying to come out of drugs, but I was never trying to change myself. I was never trying to change the habits, the mentality, the attitude, the behavioral pattern, the thinking pattern. These are to be changed, I came to know. I was not an addict when I was just born. No, I didn't started taking drugs as soon as I was born. As I was growing up, the mentality, the behavioral pattern, the thinking pattern, and there is a disease called disease of addiction. Tomorrow we must go through it. And this disease of addiction was there inside me, and my thought process was always taking me towards drugs. So what to do? If I just quit drugs and my behavioral pattern, my attitude, my everything remains the same, again drugs will come back to my life. That is obvious. So change in every areas of life. I came to know, but it's a very, very difficult work to change all the areas, because all the areas were poisoned, rotten, whatever you can say. I don't know from where I have to start. I changed my name. The rowdy boy, the naughty boy of the locality, the name, it's written in my book. I asked everybody around me, don't call me Bua was my name. He is dead. A new person is born, Subhasis. Please call me Subhasis. Don't call me Bua. He is dead. This way I started changing my hairstyle, and a simplicity was never there inside me. I started trying to be a simple person, a very ordinary person, because I always thought that I am different, I am not simple, I am not so easy to. But this time I started changing my habits, my way of talking, my way of walking, and everything. I didn't know how to, but this way I started. But I had nothing to do, because I have given up my studies. My physical condition was not well enough to do anything. I didn't know from where to start my life. I was doing a business, but that sort of business cannot be done in this peaceful. I came to know that I have to remain peaceful. There should be peace in my life, and that vulnerable areas I must avoid, the areas of so in that I was in a construction business, supply and all those building materials. So I stopped everything. No, this sort of business cannot be for me. But what else? I didn't have the answer. I came to know that God is there, who have picked you up from that dustbin and brought you back to this mainstream. He will show you the way. Somebody told me like that, and I believed. Today I believe in God that He will definitely take me to the right place. And slowly I started living without drugs. So I had all the bad habits I had. I had the habit of gambling. Gambling was also my addiction. As power was my addiction, gambling was also my addiction. All the time, I stopped. I gave up to gambling. Not 1 rupee I spent for gambling. This is another thing. Every way I started changing myself. Again, I started going to the music class, good habits, good friends. A very important thing is the friend circles with whom you should mix up with. Because the bad companies, there was a slogan in the first year I came to know that avoid bad companies. But I used to avoid good companies. Again, I started going to my good friends, my school friends, and I started spending time with my parents after a long time. I got a job in a detoxification center, and the salary was very low, but I didn't bother. I just looked up and said, thank God. It's enough for me. At least I am not using drugs today. Just today I am at least saved 1,000 rupees. Because it's not going to the drug peddlers. That is saved. And that can be my income. I can consider it as my 500 to 1,000 rupees. It's not going. That consumption was getting high, but that was at that time I had to spend. So I started thinking in these types of positive things, and the salary I was getting was very low, but I could go by bus, and I never could think of going slowly, riding slowly, talking slowly, but I started becoming polite. And that was started helping me. My powerful attitude was my problem. Drug was the secondary problem. The primary problem was my powerful attitude, my negative thoughts. That was the most dangerous drugs for me. So my day by day, I started learning the new way of life, spending new way of life, start tasting new things in life, and now I am okay. And in that detoxification, I found here my wife sitting, second wife, and she was my boss over there. So, in somehow our mentality matched, and suddenly it happened that God supposed to be. I think like that He has chosen me to do something for the society, because so many experiences He have given me only to work, I think. So our new center, BhaloBasha, it got established in the year 2002, and from 2002 we are working, and these experiences are increasing, looking other addicts' lives, getting into them, talking to their families, and day by day my experiences are gaining. So I found the most dangerous enemy of the society is drugs, nothing else. And alcohol, we can't afford to be confused about this. Alcohol is also a drug. It's the oldest drug under the sun, and most of the and the first time I took alcohol, or first time I took drug, I think like that the first hole I made to my ship, it started sinking from that. And when I took the first drug, though one is too many and 1,000 never enough. So this is the experience that I want to share. I have come from Calcutta to share this thing, because I have gone through what is drugs and how it affects in life. I know everything. 24 years I have passed, but now it becomes very hard to take blood out of my veins, because when I go to taste my blood sugar or liver function, my liver has been spoiled for drug use. Slowly is recovering, but most of the things I got recovered. Not the time, not the whole health. Some part of the health I have lost, but now I can move easily. I can. I am leading a healthy and satisfactory life, and the most of the vulnerable area was my relationships. Nobody was even like to talk to me, mix with me, but my prestige I lost was too much, and I am regaining more than I lost. So students, I must request you, one thing, you know that you have to stay away from the drugs. That I don't want to say. You are doing, but that is not enough. Secondly, you don't allow anybody to use alcohol or drugs or smoke at your place. You have got the right of your place. You don't allow, not even your parents, to drink or smoke in your house. Thirdly, you don't allow your friends. You look after your friends. Do any masti, but don't use drugs. Don't allow. You take that responsibility. Please do that. If you want to go through a healthy life ahead, you have to save your friends, your classmates, clean your campus. You just look. It's not the responsibility of your teachers and all. It's your responsibility to stay clean as well as to clean up the campus, to clean up, to look after your friends. Do that. I have gone through any. One thing more I want to tell you that if I'm not here with you only for today, I want to be with you for the rest of my life. So I am sharing my number. Anytime you can call me for any drug related problem, because drug is my enemy. I want to hold your hand to fight with it. So please do it. And my number is 98. Please note it. You keep it with you. You can share it with you. Any experience, any suggestion you want to ask, you can ask me. For 42 years, I am going through this drug-related problem, and I am working. So 18 plus 24 years. These 42 years experience I can share you. Anytime you can call me 9830-333-497. You please save yourself, save your families, save your friends, and save your campus. Thank you, BITS authority. Thank you, sir, for giving me this opportunity to share. And now it's time for you. If you have any question regarding drug addiction, can ask me. The days I have gone through, anybody can ask any question regarding drug addiction.
Do you do meditation to interact with
There are several exercises I have to practice in my daily lives, and I am practicing for the last 14 years. See, there is a program of 12 steps. There are 12 steps. It's a vast syllabus. Shortly I am telling. Meditation is there in this program, and every day for 40 minutes I have to meditate. When prayer is the question, meditation is the answer. And whenever I pray to God, and never go to any temple or anywhere, but I believe in God from the core of my heart. And whenever I pray to Him, I get the answer in the meditation. So meditation is a process, one of the process, but that is not all. It's a continuous process of changing and continuous process of climbing up. Climbing means physically, mentally, spiritually, every way, to develop your. So that way I am trying to develop myself. I was into water. I am still in water because addiction is a incurable disease. It's not curable. Why it's not curable? I am not using drugs for 24 years. If I take a peg today, tomorrow I'll be within the dustbin because I can start, I can't stop. This is called addiction. Many people are there who can drink a couple of pegs once or twice a month. I'm not asking anybody to do that. But if I do start, I won't be able to stop until I won't be able to stop. The loss of control, the main manifestation of the disease is loss of control. I can't shout at anybody. Whenever I find any problem over there, I said, no, I am powerless. I won't shout at anybody. If I have to lose something from my pocket, let it go. Because if I start shouting, I won't be able to stop. And if I lose my temper, I'll lose myself. Again, if I have to go back to drugs, I don't know what's going to happen to me. So, very careful I have to remain. There are simply some practices one should know and keep on practicing. That is the way I am doing, and regularly I am staying clean. It's a very disciplined life. And mentality, somehow we the people who are staying clean, we have changed our mentality in such a process. So everything is very clear and transparent to us. Why I am doing, I have got enough question. I was always telling lies in my early days. But now, I will never tell lie. Even anybody asks me to do that, even on the gunpoint I won't say. Because one lie can ruin my life. So I can't afford to do that. I won't tell lie. Whatever, it's not done, I won't do. You are not supposed to do that. If I know, I won't do it. Not if anybody offer me crores of rupees, I won't do that. Because I will get crore of rupees, I will lose my life. My life is most precious. When I was staying in my bed, so what's the use of crore rupees behind me? I know what is called healthy life. I know what is value of a meaningful life. So I am just in search of a more healthy. I am healthy, but more healthy lifestyle I am in search of. So he is leading a better healthy life. So let me follow him. Always in my previous days, I always used to find he's much more rowdy than me. Let me mix with him. I used to go to the slum areas. So now I am in search of good people, good friends, good lifestyles. That is the way. If drug is the primary addiction, alcohol is the primary addiction, there are some secondary addictions. Also, digital addictions, it's a very vulnerable area, and most of the people are coming to my rehab to get admitted only for mobile addiction or internet addiction. 50% are coming for 50% people are coming for drug addiction, and 50% are coming for mobile addiction. Because anything that is making your life unmanageable. Unmanageable means steering fail, brake fail, car is unmanageable. They can control their own lives. So internet is doing that. And other secondary addictions are money. Money is an addiction. Money, power. Some people, they are always running after power. Sex, secondary addiction. Gambling, secondary addiction. And internet. I am also using mobile, but I am not, in this mobile, I haven't got any internet connection. In another phone, there is internet connection, and I have kept it in my room. In the morning I check it, in the afternoon I check it once, and at night before going to bed I check it. Not always. If I keep it in the pocket, I have found that I am always in search of something. And that was also, I was losing my priorities. Losing your priorities, losing your life. In every areas you have to find out what is your priority and what is your want. So what you must go to what you need, not to what you want. So this way you have to balance your life. Anything that can be used, that can be abused also. So you can use it, don't abuse it. Every areas, money you can use. Money is most essential, but it can be used, it can be abused. You have to always keep in mind that I will use money, I won't abuse money. I may have some more in my pocket, but I won't abuse 5 rupees even. Any relations, don't use the relation, don't abuse the relation. Anything precious can be used. Internet, mobile, these are very useful, but use it, don't abuse it. This way you have to, because if you use, you will lose the balance of your life. And priorities will be missed. If you lose, even time will run away. If you have to concentrate on your priorities.
Yes.
Okay? Anybody else?
So you mentioned that as a writer, you have enough control that you don't go to use or use drugs. But you also mentioned that if somebody gives you that, means if you drink just a sip of it, then you might not be able to control yourself. And it took you 24 years to get that to that level of control over yourself.
Very good question. The process is, I am not using just for today. I came to know about just for today. Don't use today. Okay. Whatever will happen tomorrow, that will be there. But today I won't use. Every day I started staying clean for this day. Okay.
Don't think of long-term goals.
No, only short term. Live for the day. What happened is, whenever somebody is using drugs or alcohol, he thinks of, let me use today. From tomorrow I will give it up. After Saraswati Puja I will give it up. After Durga Puja I will give it up. Tomorrow never comes. Yesterday mystery and tomorrow's mystery, today's reality. You have to start from today. Today I won't use. Even at gunpoint I want to use. This is the process. Don't think of long term. We never thought of quitting drugs for the rest of the life. I was asked to stay clean for 2 days. Again in the morning, I pray to God. I say, whatever may happen to my life, let me stay clean today at least. That is my first and only responsibility, to stay clean today. Got it? There are, if you can go through my book, I think much more messages you can get, and it will be available in Amazon, Flipkart, or online, The Thoughts and Life of a Drug Addict. So you go through it. I think more messages are there. It's not possible for me to tell everything within 1 hour.
Okay, so
my number is there.
Yeah,
I'll be available for that.
we'll be ordering copies of this book anyway, and Mr. Nath has been, we are fortunate enough that he is being with us, and like he said, he's literally available to us 24/7. Whenever we reach out to him, he has said that he'll be helping hand to us, and ma'am is also going to be there. So if we have a psychologist, and if we have a person who has had such a hard life and who has the guts, to come out and share with it. So as he said that his life has really been, I don't know, I'm quite shaken to the core to hear what he went through, and he's standing, smiling and telling us the story. I can imagine the pain that he has gone through, and of course his parents and everybody. I was actually quite thinking that how is he able to just stand there and tell these things? That takes a lot of, guts actually to come and tell. So we thank him. We would like to give a small token of our appreciation. I would request sir to just give a small memento of our appreciation for coming all the way to us. The book will be available to us. His number is there with us. And like he said, we have some problems in this. So we would be very, very appreciative that you reach out to us as SWD or Varinder, at the Chief Warden, anybody, I would say anybody. I think all of you have probably friends who are into this or trying to get into this or are fence setters. Please get them out of it. I think, I don't have to tell why. So the why is not really needed, but let's all work together. Let's try to get these people out from there, and any help that we need from our side, from his side, from the entire BITS community as a whole, I think all of us are there to hold your hands at any point of time. Okay? So thank you all for being here.